Welcome to C Programming, and this is Kumar Swami Dapa from SRRS Government Polytechnic College Silsila. And today we are going to learn about the data types in C Programming. Okay, so coming to the learning outcomes of this session. So after completion of this session, you will able to know about what are data types and different kinds of data types available in C programming, and then you will able to know what are the derived data types available in C programming, and some of the example programs that are associated with these data types and derived data types. Okay, so this is about today's session. Okay, now let us discuss about the data types. So generally, the data type specifies the type of data which we are going to handle. Okay. So in C programming, the data types are declarations for variables. So data types are declarations for variables. So generally, whenever we are trying to declare a variable, so that can be done with the help of these data types. Okay, so these data types determines the type of data we are going to handle and the size of data that is associated with the variables. Okay, so the data types determines the type of data and size of data that is associated with the variables. Okay, so for example here, int myvar is a variable. Okay, so myvar is a variable of integer type. So myvar is a variable of integer type. Means this myvar is a variable. It can store or it can handle only integer type values. Integer type values. It cannot handle other than integer values. Okay. So that's why this myvar is preceded with the data type int. Okay. Now here for integer it requires 4 bytes of memory. The size of int is 4 bytes. So here one thing you need to remember is that the size of these integer variables may vary from 2 bytes or 4 bytes. So it requires some of the missions reserves 2 bytes of memory and some of the missions reserve 4 bytes of memory. So it's purely depending on the type of operating system you are using. Okay. Now, coming to the different types of data types available in C programming are so here int, char, float, double, short int, unsigned int, and similarly this long int, long int, unsigned long int, signed character, unsigned character, and long double. So these are the data types that are available. Okay, so generally we are frequently using these data types. So these 4 data types we are frequently using while writing the programs. Okay, so coming to the int data type. So here one thing you need to remember, all the data types which we are discussing or which are represented here, all are uh, these all are keywords. So unsigned is one keyword, long is one keyword, and int is one keyword, signed is keyword, char is keyword, okay, double is keyword. So like this, all the data types are keywords. Okay. So these are the keywords in a program. Okay, in the C program. Okay. So now let us discuss about the individual data types. First of all, we are discussing about this int data type. So int data type mean, so we are using this int data type to handle with the integer constants. Okay. So for this integer kind of data type, so it requires uh, 4 bytes usually and at least 2 bytes. Okay, so it requires so the compiler will allocate either 2 bytes of memory or 4 bytes of memory. So it won't allocate 3 bytes or 5 bytes or 1 byte. Okay, so it allocates either 2 bytes of memory or 4 bytes of memory depending on the architecture of the computer or platform type of operating system. Okay. And one thing you need to remember is the format specifier that is associated with this integer is either %d or %i. Okay, so generally we are using these format specifiers to handle the inputs and output operation. Okay, so if you want to if you are trying to read a data from the user, so then with the help of these format specifiers only we can read the appropriate input from the user. Okay, at the same time we are using these format specifiers to print the integer kind of data, so that can be done with the help of this %d or %i format specifier. Okay, so now coming to the character data type. So for character data type, it requires only 1 byte of memory. So with the help of this character data type, we are going to handle only a single character value or a single length character we are handling with the help of this char data type. Okay, so the format specifier that is associated with this char data type is %c. Format specifier that is associated with this char data type is %c. Okay, and coming to the float data type, uh, so here one thing you need to remember, these float and double both are associated with fractional values, real values. Okay, so the numbers it is included with a precision dot symbol. Okay, so coming to the float data type, it requires 4 bytes of memory. Okay, and the format specifier associated with the float is %f. %f. Okay, now coming to the double data type. So here double is having it requires 8 bytes of memory. So it is a generally double of the size of float data type. So means it increase the size compared with the float means. So they are going to handle larger fractional values compared with the float data type. Okay, so that's why it requires 8 bytes of memory. Okay, and then the format specifier that is associated with this percentile double data type is percentile LF. So percentile LF is the format specifier that is associated with the double data type. Okay, and next short int. Short int. So short is one keyword and int is one keyword. So here short int mean so here the int data type is handling integer. Short int is also going to handle the integer values only, but here it restrict the size or number of bytes allocated for a short int data type is 2 only. Two only. So here it requires 4 bytes. Here it requires 2 bytes. Means the size is reduced. Means the number of the length of uh, data values that are handled is restricted or somewhat reduced. Okay, so the format specifier that is associated with this shorthand is %hd. %hd is the format specifier that is associated with the shorthand. Okay, now coming to the unsigned int. Unsigned int. So unsigned int means, so here we are handling with the integers, but here we are talking about unsigned int. So the difference is here we are talking about the sign of the data type, whether it is a positive or negative. But here unsigned means we are talking about only positive values. Okay, so here also it requires 2 or 4 bytes of memory depending on the architecture, and the format specifier associated with this unsigned it is %u. For signed data type, for normal integer data type, it requires the format specifier is %d or %i, and for unsigned integer, it is %u. Okay, and coming to the next kind of data type. long int. So long int means, so generally int requires 4 bytes. So long int requires 8 bytes of memory usually. Usually it requires 8 bytes of memory or at least 4 bytes. Means, so depending on the operating system, the compiler is going to allocate either 4 bytes of memory or 8 bytes of memory. Okay, so long int requires either 4 bytes of memory or 8 bytes of memory depending on the operating system. And the format specifier associated with this long int is %LD. So generally percentage d represents a decimal integer. LD means long int. Okay, or %LI. Okay, so in the previous case here the format specifier associated with the integer is %LD, %LI. Okay, now coming to the long int, so L is preceded with a D and I. Okay, so %LD, %LI are the format specifier we are using while handling with the long integer type. So if you want to handle long int, so it requires at least 8 bytes. So at least 8 bytes means more than either 8 or more than 8 bytes of memory will be allocated for this kind of data type long int. Okay, so the format specifier associated with this long int is again one more L is preceded with already existed long int format specifiers, that is %LLD, %LLI. Okay, in the similar way, if you want to handle with the unsigned long int. So here unsigned long int means, so long int requires either 4 bytes or usually 8 bytes of memory. For unsigned means, so we are not talking about the signed ones means negative values we are not talking here. Okay, so we are talking about only positive values. Okay, so for unsigned long int it requires at least 4 bytes of memory, and the format specifier associated with this unsigned long int is %LU, %LU. Okay, now we are talking about unsigned long int. So here and here, so here unsigned long int, here unsigned long int. So one more L is preceded with in the format specifier, and the number of bytes allocated is double of this unsigned long int. So it requires at least 8 bytes of memory to handle this unsigned long int kind of data. Okay, and next coming to the signed character type data type. So for signed character data type, again it requires 1 bytes of memory. So normal character means, so it is unsigned character. For unsigned character also it requires 1 byte of memory. For signed character also it requires 1 byte of memory. For signed character and unsigned character both are requires 1 bytes of memory, and both the format specifier for both is same %C. So whether the carry is preceded with signed or unsigned or nothing, it requires only 1 bytes, and the format specifier associated with those are %C only, right? And now coming to the long double. So we already told you double requires 8 bytes of memory, and the format specifier is %LF. Now coming to the long double, the format specifier is capital L and small f, and it requires at least 10 bytes and usually 16 or 12 bytes. Okay, so long double requires at least 10 bytes of memory, and usually it may be either 12 or 16 bytes of memory will be reserved to handle the long double data type. Okay, and the format specifier associated with this long double is %L, capital L and a small f. Okay, so these are the different data types that are available in C programming, and all these are formal data types only, primitive data types only. Okay, formal or primitive data type means these are the data types that are associated with the C compiler. Okay, so now let us discuss about a few of the data types that are regularly or frequently using while writing the C program. So one of the main data type that we are handling in C programming is int data type. So int means integers. So integers are whole numbers that can have both 0, positive and negative values, but no decimal values. So the no fractional value is so we are not accepting the fractional values, but we can accept any kind of numbers. It may be a positive number or negative number, including 0. Okay, so for example, here 0, minus 5, 10 all are integer and valid integer values, integer constant. So we can use this int for declaring an integer variable. So int is the keyword followed by any variable name. So here id is a variable of a type integer, means this id variable can store only integer constant values, and though and especially the that values are maybe either positive or negative or 0. Okay, without any decimal values. Okay, so you can declare multiple variables at once in C programming, so with the help of a comma operator. So here we are using comma operator to declare two variables, id and age. Both are of integer data type, so in this case, for example, in the previous case here, int id means id is a variable of integer type, means so the C compiler automatically allocates 4 bytes of memory for variable id to store integer values. Sorry. Okay, so in this case here, after executing this particular statement, so C compiler is going to allocate 4 bytes of memory for id and 4 bytes of memory for age data type. Okay, so even though you are declaring two variables in a single line of single statement or in single line, 4 bytes of memory will be allocated for all the variables. Okay, so the size of int is usually 4 bytes. So 4 bytes means 4 bytes is nothing but 32 bits. 4 bytes are nothing but 32 bit. 1 byte it includes 8 bits. 1 byte includes 8 bits. So total 4 bytes means 8 fours are 32. So total 32 bits are there. Okay, so total 32 bits are there, right? So so the integer can take 2 power 32 distinct 2 power 32 distinct states from 21474836488 to 21474836447. So what happening is 2 power 32 minus 2 power 32 to plus 2 power 32 minus 1. Okay, so these many number of distinct values are acceptable. So here one mistake is there. So here this is minus 21474836482 positive plus 21474836447 is there. So in case of 0 there is no negative 0. So that's why, so this is one more one number is high compared with this positive one. Okay, so 0 comes under positive only, so there is no negative 0. That's why this at last here 8 is there and here 7 is there. Okay, now coming to the float data type. float and double data type. So float and double are used to hold real values or fractional values. So we are using this float and double data types to handle with to hold to store the real numbers or fractional numbers. For example, float salary, double price. Okay, so means here double price means price is a variable of a double type, so it can store fractional values. Salary is a data type of a float. Salary is a variable of a float type, means it can also store fractional values. Okay, but the difference between the float and double is the number of bytes required for float and double are differ. So double data type requires more bytes of memory, so means it can store the larger values compared with the float data type. Okay, in C, floating point numbers can also be represented in exponential form. Okay, so for example, float normalization factor is 22.442 E2. Okay, so this kind of data can also be handled. Okay, so these are called exponential representation of data, fractional data. Okay, so the difference between float and double is the size of float is 4 bytes and the size of double is 8 bytes. Means here single precision float data type is there, and this is a double precision float data type. Float is a single precision float data type, that's why it requires only 4 bytes of memory, and this double is a double precision float data type, that's why it requires 8 bytes of memory. Okay, now now let us discuss about this character data type. So the keyword char is used for declaring character type variables. For example, char test is equals to h. So here one thing you need to remember is that whatever the character value you are assigning with to the character variable test, so that character value must be surrounded in the single quote. So the single character that is we are assigning must be surrounded with within the single quotes. Okay, the size of character variable is 1 byte only. The size of character variable is 1 byte only. Okay, so generally one length character can be accommodated or stored in a character data type. Okay, so that's why we are using this character keyword for declaring the character data types. Okay, now coming to the one more data type, so that is wide data type. Wide data type. So generally this kind of data type we are using along with the functions only. So in the remaining case this int, float and double, char, these are the primitive data types. Okay, now we are discussing about the wide data type. So wide is an incomplete type. It means nothing or no type. So if any function, that is a function name that is preceded with a void, means it is not returning some returning, it is returning nothing, and at the same time uh, it is an incomplete type. Okay, so you can think of void as absent. You can think of void as an option. For example, if your function is not returning anything, its return type should be void. So if the function return type is void, then that function is not returning anything. So note that you cannot create variables of void type. So we cannot create, sorry, we cannot create a variable of data type void. So we are using this void only for uh, declaring the functions, type of function we are handling in the while using or writing the programs. Okay, Now let us discuss about this short and long. So short and long are the keywords we are using along with the several data types like short int, long int, right? Long int, long int. So like that. So in that case, so when we need to use this short data type and long data type. For example, if you need to use a larger number, if you need to use a larger number, so you can use a type specifier long, type specifier as long. Normal int data type can store only some certain range of values. If you want to store the number that is more than the range of this integer means, so it requires a larger data type to store that particular variable. Okay, so like this here, long a means a is a variable of long type. Long b means so b can store integer values, and C stores floating point numbers. Long double long double C. Okay, so A and B are the variables of long type, long integer type. Okay, and long double C means C is a variable can store only floating point number. Okay, so if you are sure the only a small integer will be used, you can use short. So short D means D is a variable of short type. So D is a variable of short type means it can accommodate or store smaller range integer values. Smaller range integer values. So that's why minus 32767 to plus 32767. Okay. So this is the range of these small integers. Okay. So here is a simple program. So here we are using the size of operator to check the number of bytes reserved for that particular uh, variable. Okay. So anyway, we are discussing this size of operator in the operator section. Okay. So here the program execution starts from the main. Okay, so before main we are included the standard input output header file. So with the help of hash include preprocessor directive. Okay, then I am declaring a variable A of short type, and a variable B of long type, and a variable C of long C. Okay, and variable D is a long double. Variable D is a long double. Now the size of this short for short data type, how many bytes of memory will be allocated? For long data type, how many bytes of memory will be allocated? And for long data type, how many number of bytes will be allocated? And for a long double, how many bytes of memory will be allocated? So that can be calculated with the help of this size of operator. Okay, so for that what you need to do is you need to pass the type of data for which you are to calculate the size, memory size. Okay, so here size of short is equals to percentage d bytes, and the size of long is equals to percentage d bytes, and the size of long is equals to percentage d bytes. Size of long double is equals to percentage e bytes. Okay, so like this we are using this size of operator to know how many bytes of memory will be allocated for that particular data type. Okay, now let us discuss about this signed and unsigned data types. Signed and unsigned data types. So in signed and unsigned are the type modifiers. So what type of data you are handling? Okay, so you can alter the data storage after a data type by using them. You can right? So you can alter the data storage of data type by using them. Okay, for example, unsigned int x and int y. So here x and y both are of integer type. X and y both are of integer type, means it can accommodate integer values. But this int x is preceded with unsigned, means here variable x can hold only 0, n can hold either 0 or more than 0, that is positive values, because we have used the unsigned modifier. Okay, so this signed and unsigned are the two modifiers we are using along with the data type to know the type of data we are storing or we are handling. Okay, so is it clear? For unsigned modifier, if any variable data type that is preceded with unsigned, means it can accommodate only positive values including 0. Okay. Now consider the size of it is, sorry, the size of it is 4 bytes. Then the variable y can hold minus 2 power 31 to 2 power 31 minus 1, whereas variable x can hold 0 to 2 power 32 minus 1. Variable x can hold 2 power 32 minus 1 starts with 0, because x is a unsigned integer variable, whereas y is a signed variable. Its range starts from negative to positive including 0. Okay, so this is about today's session. If you have any kind of query, just ping me to kumarswami.dapa@gmail.com. Okay, now let us try to execute few programs that are associated with these data types. Okay, right? So I am using Turbo C++ 64-bit application. File new. So I am opening the new editor. So hash include stdio.h, hash include convo.h, void main, right? So I am declaring a variable a, right? I am also declaring one more variable b. Now I am trying to read the value for variable a and b. Printf enter a value for a. Scanf percentage d address of a, right? So now again I am trying to read one more variable of a short type, right? Enter b value for variable b. So here scanf. So here b is a variable of short type, right? So for short type, so we want to use this percentage d format specifier. Okay, if you are using percentage d format specifier, then you are going to get some error, I think. So Alt F9, right? So not getting an error, so it is acceptable. Enter value for a, enter value for b, right? So let us try to print those values. Printf slash n a is equals to percentage d a, and next printf slash n b is equals to percentage d b. So try to remember, b is a variable of short type and a is a variable of long type. Okay. Now I am trying to write. So now I am giving a variable with value. So what is happening? So a is a variable of integer type, means it requires. So let us check how many bytes of memory will be allocated for variable a. Okay. So first let us check. I am trying to print here. So let us erase the already written screen. Then printf number of bytes for int is equals to percentage d. Okay, size of int. So in this particular mission I'm trying to find the number of bytes allocated. Okay, so compile the program and I execute the program. So number of bytes allocated for int is 2. So if it is allocated 2 bytes means, so how many the range of the integer value that can accommodate is 6 5 3 5 5 6 5, right? So some that range minus 3 5 5 6 uh, 8 to 3 5 5 6 7, right? Okay, now it is asking about the value for b. So b is a variable of short type. For short type variable, so for integer it requires it occupies 2 bytes, means for a short type it requires it occupies only 1 byte of memory, I think. So in that case, so if I am for 1 byte means, so it can acceptable 120. So alt F5. So the value of A is minus 31080. So 34456 is not acceptable by A, but for B 120 is acceptable. So now I am trying to execute one more time, and I am giving the integer value as 1234 and for B 12. Now I am getting the proper output, right? So if you are giving the input number, if that number is within the range of that particular variable, then it is acceptable. Otherwise what it is happening is, so it is keep on trying to rotate. So for example, if a variable of short type means it can accommodate minus 128 to plus 127. If you are giving a value which is more than that, so then what happening is after 127, so it is come to minus 128, minus 127, minus 126, and keep on up to 0, and again 1 2 3 4 up to 127. So that can be you can check here. For variable a I am giving 123. For variable b also I am giving 222. So what happened? So 222 is acceptable. Okay, so let us give some another value. Okay, so let us check for short how many bytes of memory allocated. For short also it occupies 2 bytes of memory in this system. Okay, now I am trying to enter the value for A is 234 and value for B is, now check the output. So what is happening? 234 is acceptable within the range. For B, it is a short type and it requires 2 bytes of memory. Within the 2 bytes of memory, only certain range of values that can be accommodated. So, but the given input is 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 is out of that range. So, what is happening? So, it is performing the rotation and the cycling. So, until it finds the corresponding value for this given in number. Okay. So, that's why it is giving -1. Okay. So, like this, you can try for any number of variables. Okay, so uh, let us write one more program, and let us try to handle the character data type. So in order to handle the character data type, so what you need to do is you need to use a char keyword. So char ch is a variable of character data type, so it can store only a single character, right? So printf and number of bytes allocated for ch character data type is equals to %ld. So we are using size of operator to know the char data type, or simply you can pass the variable ch. Okay, then printf ch is equals to %c ch, right? So alt F9, control F9, alt F5. So here the number of bytes. So let us erase the already existed output, and we can use the get ch function to view the output directly after executing the program. Okay, so I am compiling the program by pressing alt F9, and I am executing the program by pressing control F9. So number of bytes allocated for ch is 1 and the ch is equals to a. So we can use the escape sequence /n for new line. Okay, right? Number of bytes allocated for character variable ch is 1 byte, right? And ch is equals to a. So we already told you that ch is assigned with a value a. So a is a single character. If I am trying to write ab, so what is happening? So inside the single quote, how many characters you want to write, you can, but it takes only first character. So due to power problem, I am wind up the session. Okay, so it's still, if you have any kind of query, just ping me to kumarswamy.dapa@gmail.com. Thank you for your patience.